class, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Any question, any query from our previous session?
No, sir.
And hopefully you enjoy the part 2 class.
Yes, sir.
What you understand, whatever theoretically we discussed, practically how to utilize or how to use that. You learned that thing?
Right, sir.
Okay. Now, yesterday we discussed about advanced tax, about interest calculation, etc. Now, few more things are covered in your syllabus in respect of income tax. We are going to discuss those things. In clubbing of income. What do you mean by clubbing? What do you mean by clubbing? Any idea? Okay. Sometime what happened? Suppose my salary income is say 10 lakh. I requested my employer, instead of paying entire 10 lakhs to me, please divide this into two parts. Please pay 5 lakh to me as salary and one transfer remaining 5 lakh to one of my relative. And I will take this money from him. By this way, tax liability, my tax liability is also zero and relative tax liability is also zero. By this way, don't you think it is possible to evade tax in this manner? If entire money is received by me, then say I am liable to pay some tax around rupees 1 lakh or 80,000, something I am required to pay as a tax. Just by switching, by swapping this salary in this way, both of us are not supposed to pay any tax and we are evading tax. Yes or no? It is possible or not?
Possible,
Yes
sir.
or no? Possible. One more example. Suppose I have a house property. This house property belongs to me. Who is the owner of this house property? Vikas Mundra is the owner of this house property. I let out this property to Tejaswini. I let out this property to Tejaswini with the condition that Tejaswini, you are not required to pay rent to me, but you please pay this rent to Mr. X. Now, Mr. X, whose other income is zero, that Mr. X is getting rental income from you, and his total income after considering your rental income is only 3 lakh. Hence, his tax liability would be zero. Since I'm not getting this rental income from you, hence I will not offer this money as my income to the income tax department. Don't you think it is possible to bypass my income in this way also? What is your take?
Possible, sir.
And tell me one thing, this income, who is authorized to collect this money? Whether Mr. X or whether Mr. Mundra is authorized to collect this money? Who is the owner of this rent? What
Mr.
is your
Mundra, sir.
Mr. Mundra is owner. Why? Because the property belongs to Mr. Mundra. If the property on which you are generating an income belongs to me, then obviously the whatever income is generating from this property should also belongs to me. Yes or no? One more
Yes,
thing.
sir.
Can I say that Mr. X is getting this money on my behalf? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Can I say I applied my income and transferred my income to Mr. X? Agree or disagree? Actually, this provision, clubbing provision, as per clubbing provision, to bypass this type, to check this type of tax evasion planning, what they are saying that if the property belongs to Mundra, then whatever, if income is received by someone else, even though income is received by someone else, this income will be clubbed. This income will be clubbed in hands of Vikas Mundra. That means on this income, Mr. Mundra is liable to pay tax. That is the crush of the clubbing provision. In general, who earned the income are responsible to pay tax on it. But here there are few provisions in the clubbing provision. Some are deemed like that. Income is earned by Mr. X, but Mr. X is not responsible to pay tax on it, but Mr. Mundra is supposed to pay tax on it. That is the purpose of this provision. The purpose is very clear, to check this type of tax evasion planning, this type of tax the avoidance or evasion planning of the taxpayer. Few more example in this context are: suppose I have a company called Mundra Services Private Limited. Okay. Shareholder of this company is A, B, C, and Mr. Vikas Munara. He is holding 25%, Mr. B 25, C 25%, and Mr. Vikas Munara also hold 25%. My wife, say Mrs. X. Mrs. X is my wife. She does not possess any technical knowledge, any qualification, any skill. But what I did, since I am holder of more than 20% stake in this company, do you think company will honor my request, or they will not honor my request? What is your take? The company is supposed to pay, say, rupees 5 lakh to me as a remuneration. I requested company, please don't pay this money to me. Please pay this remuneration to my wife, considering as an employee of this company. Please pay this remuneration to my wife. Now, Mundra Service Private Limited is paying remuneration to my wife, but she does not possess any technical knowledge or any technical qualification or any skill. Do you think this 5 lakh income belongs to Mrs. X, or do you think this income belongs to Mr. Vikas Mundra?
It belongs to Mr. Vikas Mundra, sir.
The provision is that if I am a holder of substantial, if I hold substantial interest in a company, in a concern, the substantial interest means if I hold 20% or more in equity shares of this company, or I myself, along with my relative, holds 20% or more equity shares in this company, then I can be considered as a substantial interest holder, and this company transfer any remuneration or salary to my spouse without possessing any technical knowledge or qualification, then this, whatever the money they are giving to Mrs. X, my wife, shall be considered as my income, shall be clubbed in my hands. Done? Clear? However, if she is a chartered accountant and company is paying remuneration to him for accounting job, then it is justifiable. Agree or disagree? Then this provision is not applicable. This 5 lakh would be considered as income of Mrs. X. Clubbing provision would not applicable in this situation. Clear?
Yes, sir.
One more provision of clubbing. Suppose Master Mohat is my son. Master Mohat is my son. He's a minor son of Mr. Mundra. In his bank account, I transferred rupees, say 5 lakh, and he is getting interest on this fund. Say at the end of the year, he is getting rupees 50,000 as an interest on this fund. Do you think this income belongs to Mr. Master Mohat or this income belongs to me? Whatever income is generated by minor son, minor child, whatever income is generated by minor child, if that income is not generated through his talent, skill, or manual work, or the child is not a handicapped, if the child is handicapped, if if minor child is earning income on the basis of his talent, skill, or manual work, or minor child is a handicap, then this provision is not applicable. Apart from that, if that minor child is earning any income, that income shall be clubbed in the hands of the parents whose income apart from this is higher. That means this income would be clubbed in the hands of the parents of the Master Mohat. It may be father or it may be mother. In which parents it would be clubbed? The income of father is say is 8 lakh and income of mother is say 7 lakh. In that case, whose other income is higher? Father income is higher, then this income would be clubbed in hands of father. Father is responsible to pay tax on it. That means the income of father would be considered at 8 lakh 50,000. On the other hand, if mother income is higher, say it is 17 lakh, then this income would be clubbed in hands of a mother. That means mother income would be considered as 17 lakh 50,000. Okay. However, Master Mohat is a good singer and he generated his income through his skill. In that case, whatever be the income he generated is not subject matter of clubbing. Done?
Yes, sir.
Now we know that in certain scenario, income earned by some other person might be taxable in hands of some other person. Last one more situation we need to discuss. First, we discussed in first situation we discussed that if assets is owned by Mr. X and income on this asset is received by Mr. Y, then this income shall be clubbed in hands of Mr. X. Second situation. Sometime what happened? I possess this house property. I own this house property. I provided this house property to Tejaswini with a condition that Tejaswini, keep this house property with you unless and until I require this house property. This house property belongs to you. In turn, Tejaswini let out this property to Mr. Z and earned income of rupees say 5 lakhs. Tejaswini earned income of 5 lakh on this let out. Who is the owner of this income? Me or Tejaswini? Who is the owner of this house property? when an owner of a property transfer a property to someone else, but with a clause that whenever I required that property, I will take it back. Do you think it is an actual transfer? Do you
No,
think
sir.
it is an actual transfer? You are you are enjoying this property as per my will. Yes or no? If I actually transfer this property to you, then I do not have any right to take back this property. Agree or disagree? Since I have the right to take it back from you at any point of time, that means you are enjoying this property at my will. This is nothing but application of income. That means you are getting this money of rupees 5 lakh on my behalf. Hence, the clubbing provision would be applicable. This 5 lakh would be clubbed as income of my. Clear? However, if I transfer this property to Tejaswini with the condition that till your lifetime, I will not take it back. After that, I have right to take it back. Since till lifetime, a condition is that till your lifetime, I will not take it back. So I do not have right to take it back at this point of time. In this situation, this is considered as a transfer. This 5 lakh shall be taxable in hands of Tejaswini. Clubbing provision is not applicable. Done? Clear? Done?
Yes, sir.
Now we have knowledge of we know that there are five heads of income, namely salary, income from house property, in PGBP, capital gains, and income from other sources. Then we comes to know about clubbing of income. Summation of all these things is known as gross total income. One thing is that is it possible to have each and every time all of these heads a positive income? It may be possible that sometime at some point of time they may have negative income. Possible or not possible? Negative income means loss. Is it possible or not? Or it will always have positive result? What is your take?
Negative income is possible, sir.
Negative income is possible. So now we are going to understand what how to deal with negative income. That means in case of losses, how to deal these losses in income tax law. That is known as set off and carry forward of losses. Clear? Clear? Whether
Yes, sir.
the loss under the head capital gain is adjustable with your salary income, or whether loss under the head income from house property is adjusted with your PGBP income, or why or any whatever the combination of adjustment is possible or not, we are going to understand that one. Okay, there may be chances sometime your some head of income have some negative result. So what will the consequences of that negative? Whether these losses are adjustable with other heads of income or other income, how we will treat these losses, we are going to learn that thing. This is known as set off and carry forward of losses. Clear? Done?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Now, gross total income have five sons. Try to understand a story. I'm not going into a language of the act. Try to please hear my story. Gross total income have five sons, namely salary, income from house property, PGBP, capital gain, and income from other sources. PGBP have three sons. speculative, non-speculative, and depreciation. Similarly, capital gain have two sons, long term and short term. Similarly, income from other sources have three sons, winning from lottery, puzzle, crossword puzzle, etc., owning and maintaining racehorse, and other. Salary and house property may have any number of children, but they are not recognizable. We are not discussing about this. What are the relationship between this family tree? Try to understand this melody family drama. You will learn the set of provision and carry forward provision. Okay. We have one person called gross total income. This grandfather have five sons, namely salary, income from house property, PGBP, capital gain, and income from other sources. PGBP have three sons, speculative, non-speculative, depreciation. Capital gain have two sons, long term and short term. Income from other sources have three sons, winning from lottery, etc., owning and maintaining resources, and others. Out of this family melody drama, capital gain is just like Pushpa. Have you seen the movie Pushpa of Allu Arjun?
Yes, sir.
What was the famous dialogue of the Pushpa?
In Telugu, sir.
No, Telugu. I don't understand Telugu. In Hindi.
That's a Telugu movie. I
That was
don't
the
know in
Telugu
Hindi.
movie. I know, but I appreciate that movie. I like that movie. Excellent movie. But obviously, I have some limitation in Telugu. Uh, what was the dialogue? My jhukega nahi. Have you heard that dialogue in Hindi?
No, sir. I didn't see it in Hindi.
Okay, you don't understand Hindi?
I understand, sir. I understand, but I
Okay,
didn't see
in
that.
Pushpa, in Hindi version, the dialogue was like, my jhukega nahi. Okay, the capital gain, our brother capital gain is just like Pushpa. It is just like Pushpa. So what is his tagline? Ma jhukega nahi. That means he will never take any assistance from any of his brother or their nephew. That means capital gain is just like Pushpa. This capital gain will never take any assistance from any of his brother, any of his sibling. Done? Clear? Done? Then comes to their two children. They capital gain have two kids, long term and short term. They are since the son of Pushpa, they also have that type of attitude. They will never ask any help from any of their uncle. Long term and short term will never ask any assistance or any help from their uncle in any circumstances. Then, however, they have among between them, they share a good relationship. Long term is a big brother, short term is a younger one. Long term take care of all losses of short term. He is a good big brother. Whenever short term is in trouble, whenever short term have any losses and long term have any income, since he is a big brother, he is a good big brother, he will take care of his losses. He will offer his income to take care of his losses. However, he will never take assistance from his younger one. That means if long term, under the long term capital gain, we have negative figure, and under short term capital gain, we have positive figure. Long term will never take any assistance from short term, but whenever short term have any problem, long term offer his help. Is it clear? Since they are children of Pushpa, they will never take any assistance from any of their uncle. So if it is not possible for them to adjust their losses, they will never ask to help any of their uncle. The story of this family, is it clear to you? Done? Now comes to income from other sources. This one have three sons, winning from lottery, crossword puzzles, etc., owning and maintaining resources and others. This one that is winning from lottery, crossword puzzles, etc. He is the one of the selfish person in the world. His nature is just like a selfish person. He never asked any help and he never provide any help to anyone. That means he is not with his family, whether in need or in any circumstances, he is not providing any assistance to any of his brother, sister, any of their siblings. Is it clear? Or any of his uncle, he never give any assistance. Done? Clear? Comes to owning and maintaining resources. Very good person, jam person. Whenever any of his brother or uncle, brothers or cousins are in trouble, he offer his assistance. If they are ready to take any assistance, if he have income, if he have positive result, and any brother have or cousin have any negative result, he offer his assistance to them, but he never take any assistance from anyone. That means he is a good person, he is a jam person. He provides help to others, he give helps to others, but never take any help from any of them. Done? Clear? Good person? Agree or disagree? Agree or disagree? Whether he's a good person or not? Licton?
Yes, sir.
Others have cordial relationship with all of them. That means he takes assistance and he give assistance if they are in need. However, even though he have cordial relationship with brothers or uncle, but winning from lottery, they will not give any assistance. Capital gain will not take any help from him. Even though he offer his help, but capital gain is pushpa, झुकेगा नहीं. Capital gain will never take any assistance from anyone. Done. Now come to PGBP. Speculative income is a good elder brother. Non-speculative is a younger one. If non-speculative have any trouble, speculative offer his assistance. However, he will never take any assistance from non-speculative income. That means one-way traffic is there. PGBP do not have any cordial relationship with salary. They do not share good relationship. PGBP and brother salary do not have a cordial relationship. That means relationship between PGBP and salary are not healthy. PGBP take assistance from any of his brother, but not from salary brother. So their sons also. Speculative, non-speculative income may take assistance first from his own younger elder brother. If it is not sufficient, then he may ask help from other brothers like capital gain, long term or short term, like owning and maintaining resources, like income from house property. But he will never take any assistance from salary because his father do not share a good relationship with salary. Done. Speculative, since he is not taking help from his younger one, how could he take help from his cousin? So he is not taking any assistance from any of his brother. However, if his brothers or cousins are in trouble, he offer his help to them. Then he is a very good person. Just like owning and maintaining resources, he is a jam person. He offer his assistance, but never take any assistance from any of his brother or cousins. Done. Clear? Till now, story is clear or not? Now comes to income from house property. There are so many children or kids of income from house property. They share cordial relationship among them. Whatever be the result, they are showing that we all are together. The result will be composite result will be there, plus or minus. All are adjustable among themselves. But if the net result from income from house property is negative, then he take assistance from his brother. If the net result of income from house property is negative, then he may take assistance from his brother, but to the extent, maximum to the extent of rupees 2 lakh under old tax regime. And under new tax regime, no assistance from any of their brother. If you are under old tax regime and income from house property have negative result, he may take help from their sibling like PGBP, salary, CG or other sources, but aggregate amount of the help should not exceed 2 lakh. However, in under new tax regime, income from house property have negative result, then this head will never take any assistance from their sibling. Done? Clear? Salary. Do you think salary had have any point of time they have negative result? What is your take?
No, sir.
Do you think salary have negative result? It is possible Tejaswini is working for me and at the end of the month she is giving money to me. Okay, sir, I work for you. Please take fee, monthly salary of rupees 20,000. Is it possible? Or reverse will be possible? That means in any circumstance, salary do not have negative result. Agree or disagree? So question of losses are not applicable in case of salary. These are considered as set off. That means the rule is like that. In set off, there are two steps set off we are supposed to learn. Intra head adjustment and inter head adjustment. What do you mean by intra head? Like speculative losses cannot be adjusted with non-speculative income. The relationship between non-speculative income is like that is, since both of them are covered under the same head of income called PGBP, hence it is termed as intra-head adjustment. The restriction is that speculative loss cannot be adjusted with non-speculative income. However, in reverse case, it is possible to adjust. Similarly, one more intra-head adjustment. Long-term cannot be adjusted with short-term, but they can adjust with if short-term have losses, then it can be adjusted with long-term capital gain. Again, both of long-term and short-term are covered are under the same head, that is capital gain. Hence, it is termed as an intra-head adjustment. If there is some adjustment is required, this is known as intra-head adjustment. Interhead, once intra-head adjustment is over, then we are looking for interhead. That means our one step ahead. That means cross headwise adjustment we are supposed to analyze. The restrictions are that. Number one restriction, PGBP do not have relationship with salary. Number two, CG never adjust with any head. Number three, winning from lottery are never adjusted with any loss. We understand all these things. Number four, where I can say owning and maintaining resources loss cannot be adjusted with any income. Number next, income from house property to the extent of 2 lakh possible. With any head if you are under old tax regime. And above that, if loss is more than 2 lakh, then up to 2 lakh it can be adjustable. Beyond 2 lakh, no adjustment. Clear? Whatever we learned in this family drama, these are the provision. Please copy this one. Either this one. I believe this one is the better presentation. Please copy this one. Done? Aratna, done? Copied?
Sir, please show me the set of
Sorry? Sorry, Aratna, what are you please pardon?
sir. I need the set of notes.
Okay. Now, the only person we left, that is depreciation. Depreciation have a very good relationship among their brothers and cousins. Apart from salary, since father do not share cordial relationship with salary, apart from salary, it can be adjusted with any other head of income, but not from salary and not from winning from lottery, crossword puzzles, etc. Done. Once it is adjusted, then fine. If it is not adjusted within the previous year itself, then the losses shall be carried forward to the next period, shall be carried forward to the next period. Next assessment year, it can be carry forward. The provision relating to carry forward is like that. Since there is this is there is no chances of losses. So question of carry forward does not arise. Question of carry forward does not arise. Here, the question of losses are not there, so chances of carry forward is not there. Owning and maintaining resources can be carried forward to the next 4 years. Other are not supposed to be carried forward to the next year. Long term is supposed to carry forward to the next year. Short term is supposed to carry forward to the next year for 8 years. Non-speculative is supposed to be carried forward to the next 8 years. Speculative are supposed to carry forward for next 4 years. House property loss supposed to be carried forward by 8 years. Why 4 years and why 8 years? Generally, what happened, the theoretical drama is like that. If you do not share your sorrow with any family member or any other person, then your life becomes shorter. Agree or disagree? If you share your problem with your near ones, then probably you may be happy and your life may be on higher. You may live some more time. Agree or disagree? Since consider this speculative, he never share his problem with any of his sibling, not with his younger one, not with his cousin. Owning and maintaining resources is not share his problem with any of his sibling or any of his cousins. He provide assistance. He never take assistance from anyone. So they keep their sorrow within their self. So their life are shortened span. So their life is just half of the 8 years, which result into 4 years. They are adjusting in mode. Whenever they are in problem, they share with each other. So their life is 8 years, 8 years, 8 years, 8 years. Now comes to this depreciation. His life is also 8 years, but his life is sleeping 8. What we term this one? This is sleeping 8. We know this symbol, something else. Anyone?
Infinite.
So we can carry forward this one to indefinite period. That means his life will never expire. He will adjustable with next year, and so on. But non-speculative loss, maximum up to next 8 years. Speculative loss, maximum up to next 4 years. House property, up to maximum up to 8 years. One more condition after carry forward, you are supposed to keep in your mind. Once the losses are carried forward to the next year, then they are supposed to be adjusted with the income under their head. If the inter head adjustment after carry forward is not possible, that means loss under the house property in the year in which loss are occurred, we can adjust that loss with your salary income or PGBP income or capital gain or any other income. But once it is carried forward to the next year, the loss under the house property can be adjusted only with income from house property. Similarly, PGBP, if I have a loss under the head PGBP and that loss is carried forward, once it is carried forward, we cannot adjust that loss with next year's income under the head capital gain or income under the head income from house property. Once it is carried forward, it shall be adjusted only with income under the head profit and gains of business or profession with given restriction. That means if I carry forward non-speculative loss, then I can adjust that non-speculative loss in the next year with speculative income or non-speculative income. Once I carry forward speculative losses in the next year, since we can adjust that speculative losses only with speculative income of the next year. Since the restriction of non-adjusting with non-speculative income will be also carried forward in the next year. Similarly, capital gain. If we have losses under the head capital gain, we can carry forward to the next year. If we have long-term capital loss, we can carry forward to next year, and that can be adjusted with long-term capital gain of the next year only. We cannot adjust long-term capital loss with short-term capital gain of the next year. Whatever the restriction have been imposed in the current year, that will also be continued. Short-term capital loss, if we carry forward that one, we can adjust short-term capital loss with next year short-term capital gain as well as next year long-term capital gain. Similarly, owning and maintaining race horses, this provision will be continued. Regarding others losses, we cannot carry forward. Regarding winning from lotteries, we do not have any negative income, so question of carry forward does not arise. Regarding salary, question of carry forward does not arise because there is no losses. Please, any question, any doubt, please ask. And copy this chart. If you fail to adjust this loss within stipulated period, 8 years or 4 years, then this loss will be expired. And after 8 years or 4 years, we cannot adjust these losses with any income. Done?
Yes, sir.
One example. Suppose Mr. X for previous year 2023-24, that means assessment year 2024-25, we are taking this figure. In case of Mr. X, his income is like this. Salary, rupees 8 lakh. Income from house property, negative 1,50,000. I'm making it 2,50,000. PGBP, speculative income, rupees 75,000. Non-speculative, 1,25,000. Have capital gain, long-term capital gain minus 60,000, short-term capital gain positive 1,20,000, lottery income 1 lakh, and interest on saving bank deposit rupees 23,000. Could you guide me? What would be the income of Mr. X if he is under old tax regime? You have 5 minutes time to find out. Right now it is 6:46. We have 5 minutes time to get the result and post your result in the chat box. Anyone got the result? Got the answer? Two-minute left. Kavita, what would be the result? Okay, one answer I got 8,08,000. Kavita, Aratna, okay. If I am under old tax regime, then my salary income would be 8 lakh. I can adjust up to 2 lakh with this one. Remaining 25,000, I shall carry forward. Remaining 25,000, I shall carry forward. Here, since I have a speculative income and loss from non-speculative transaction, can we adjust that one? Can we adjust these two losses? This loss with this positive income? Yes. Speculative, if we have speculative income and we have non-speculative losses, we can adjust that loss. So my non-speculative losses are still, after adjustment, it is still negative 50,000. Now, capital gain, come here. I have long-term capital loss and I have short-term capital gain. Can we adjust this one? Long-term loss cannot be adjusted with the short-term capital gain. Hence, this is required to be carried forward in the next year, and this would be treated as my income. And I can adjust this loss with this one. Even though I cannot adjust with my salary income, but I can adjust with short-term capital gain. Short-term capital gain is a pushpa. He never take any assistance from any in loss, but he provide assistance to anyone if they are in need. Lottery income, we are not supposed to adjust any losses with this one. Interest on saving bank deposit, again, it is taxable. So my total income after considering all these things is 8 lakh minus 2 lakh minus 50,000 plus 1 lakh 20,000 plus 1 lakh and plus 23,000. So it would be 7 lakh 93,000. Done. So carry forward are 50,000 here, 60,000 this. These two losses are required to be carry forward. These are required to be carry forward. Done. What was the mistake, Tejaswini?
Sir, complete mistake, sir. I did it in reverse actually.
Okay, now it is clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Kavita, Aratna,
Yes, sir.
is it clear? Okay. If I am under new tax regime, instead of old tax regime, if I am under new tax regime, then what would be the result? In that case, the answer would be changed little bit. We cannot adjust this loss. The loss under the house property is not available for adjustment. Entire loss is required to be carried forward. And accordingly, my losses, my income would be 8 lakh plus 120 minus 50,000 plus 1 lakh plus 23,000. In that case, my income would be 9 lakh 93,000. Done? Here. Done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, please copy this one.
Done, sir.
Now, one change I made in this illustration. Now, if I am under old tax regime, again, we have 5 minutes time to calculate this one. Okay, we got one answer, 8,30,000, and another 85,500 only. Okay, 8,55,000. And Kavita is saying it is 7,43,000. Okay, let's check it. Salary income, I have 8 lakh, no doubt it would be taxable. Out of this, we can adjust 2 lakh. Remaining 50,000 is required to be carried forward. Here, speculation loss cannot be adjusted with non-speculative. This is required to be carried forward to the next year. This 2 lakh would be taxable. Here, the position is that long-term capital gain is there and we have short-term capital loss. This loss can be adjusted with long-term capital gain. After adjusting this loss, still there is a loss of 25,000. Since he is a children of capital gain, The capital gain theory is my jhukega nahi. They will never take assistance from any of their uncle. So this 25,000 after adjusting loss with long-term capital gain, it is required to be carry forward. And this would be nil. Again, this would be 50,000 and saving bank interest is 5,000. So total income of this SSC would be 8,55,000. Is it clear to all? Is it clear to all? Arapna, where you commit the mistake? Kavita, what was your mistake? Kavita, what was your mistake? Arapna, what was your mistake?
Sir, CG.
CG was your mistake. You adjusted this 25,000. Capital gain
Yes.
is a Pushpa. Have you ever watched the movie Pushpa? The very famous dialogue, "My jhukega nahi." Remember this one. Capital gain is just like Pushpa. "My jhukega nahi." He will never take any assistance from any of his brother. Okay. So 25,000. They can adjust with themselves, but remaining 25,000, we cannot adjust with any other head of income. We are required to carry forward to the next years. Done. And what about Kavita? What was your mistake?
सर वही जीएफ में डालना नहीं किया
Sorry.
वो अलग से नहीं रखा सर
Okay.
अलग
Now
से
it is
मतलब
clear to all.
ऐसे नहीं किया
Now it is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now we are coming to partnership firm, including LLP. At what rate partnership firm is supposed to pay tax? Whatever with the income is generated by the partnership firm or limited liability partnership, they are supposed to pay tax at flat rate of 30%. Be careful, it is a flat rate of 30%. That means no slab rate is applicable in case of income of partnership firm, including LLP. Just like, unlike individual, in case of an individual or HCF, we are supposed to calculate our tax in slab manner. Like first 2,50,000 or 3 lakh, it would be nil, then 5%, then 20% or 10%, whatever. That means structure wise, we are supposed to calculate our tax. That means in progressive way, we are required to pay our tax. However, in case of partnership firm, including LLP, we are required to pay tax flat rate at the rate of 30%. If the income of partnership firm is 1 lakh, then tax would be 30,000, straight 30% of 1 lakh, which comes to 30,000. Is it clear? Moreover, a partnership firm is supposed to pay surcharge at the rate of 12% if their income exceeds 1 crore. If the income of a partnership firm exceeds 1 crore, they are supposed to pay surcharge at the rate of 12%. And then health and education says up to 4, that is 4% of your tax plus surcharge is applicable in case of partnership firm. Be careful, no rebate under section 87A available to the partnership firm or LLP. For example, if I have a partnership firm, and income of that firm is rupees, say, I'm giving you two options. Please give me the result. Income. This is a partnership firm. Income is first case 5 lakh and another case is say rupees 1 crore 50 lakh. What would be the tax required to be paid by this partnership firm? Please guide. The word partnership firm include LLP. Done? Tejaswini, what would be the answer? Aratna? In this case, in first case, the rate of tax would be 30%. The 30% of 5 lakh would be 1,50,000. 30% of this would be 1,50,000. Surcharge is not applicable because income does not exceed 1 crore. Hence, tax plus surcharge is 1,50,000. And then plus health and education cess at the rate of 4%. 4% of this would be 6,000, I believe. And total tax payable by this partnership firm would be 1,56,000. On the other hand, if this is the income size of the partnership firm, then tax again flat rate 30% would be applicable. 1 crore 50 lakh, 30% would be 45 lakh. Since income exceed 1 crore, hence the firm is liable to pay surcharge of rupees 12%. 12% of what? 12% of 45 lakh. That is the tax. 12% of tax amount, that is comes to 5,40,000. Total 50,40,000. And then 4% of this, as health and education says, which comes to 2,01,600. Altogether, the firm are responsible to pay rupees 52,41,600. Done. Please copy this one. Please copy this one. Now, one more thing about partnership firm. Done? Copied?
Yes, sir.
One more thing about partnership firm. A partnership firm may or may not be a registered body, but partnership firm should be evidenced by a written document called partnership deed. That means we did not recognize an oral partnership. However, as per Partnership Act, oral partnership, we can also constitute a partnership firm through an oral. But Income Tax Department are very strict. They are saying that we do not recognize any oral partnership firm. If you have a partnership date, that is written documentary evidence, then we only consider you as a partnership firm. Moreover, while computing business income of the partnership firm over and above whatever the deduction they are getting, just like an individual or sole proprietorship concern, they are also eligible. They are also eligible for two more deductions called interest on partner's capital and remuneration to partner. To certain extent. If a partnership firm is paying any interest on capital to their partners, then that firm is entitled to get a deduction on account of interest on partners' capital. The conditions and limitations are like this. Number one, the interest, whatever you are supposed to pay, that should be authorized by the partnership deed. That means it should be mentioned in the partnership deed that you are required to pay interest at this rate to the partners' capital, to the partners on their capital. If the interest is not authorized by the deed, then you cannot pay then the deduction is not available to you on account of interest on partnership fund. Moreover, the maximum rate of interest should not, the rate of interest should not exceed 12%. For example, if there are two partners called X and Y, capital of them in here it is Mr. X is 1 lakh, and in case of Y it is 2 lakh. As per partnership deed, as per partnership deed, they are eligible for interest at the rate of 18%. Hence, the partnership firm paid interest of 18,000 to Mr. X and interest of 36,000 to Mr. Y. However, while computing the income of business income of partnership firm, what we will do, we will not consider 18%. We will consider maximum rate of interest 12%. Hence, the interest deduction is available in respect of Mr. X interest, it is 12,000, and in respect of this, 24,000 only. Over and above this figure, whatever be the interest are paid or payable to the partners shall be disallowed in hands of partnership firm. That means in this case, interest 6,000 plus 12,000. That means excess interest over and above 12% interest, that is 18,000, would be considered as income of partnership firm. However, one more example in this line. Suppose they are paying interest, the partnership firm as per deed, they are required to pay interest at the rate of 10%. So they are paying 10,000 to Mr. X and 20,000 to Mr. Y. Since the rate of interest is within the prescribed limit of 12%, no disallowances are warranted. Whatever be the interest are paid by the firm to their partners are considered as deduction in hands of the partnership firm. Done? Clear? In case of remuneration, there are certain conditions. Number one, the partnership deed is a written partnership firm, written partnership, and the remuneration. What should be the amount of remuneration? What should be the quantum of remuneration? It should be prescribed in the deed. It should be prescribed in the deed. If it is not mentioned in the deed, then whatever remuneration you are paying to your partner shall be disallowed while computing your business income. That means the remuneration should be prescribed in the deed. Number two, it should be paid to working partner only. It should be paid to working partners only. And number three, the remuneration should be prospective. It is not retrospective. Similar to interest on capital. Interest on capital and remuneration on capital both should be prospective. That means if suppose your partnership deed is dated, say 1st July 2023, and in this deed you are mentioned that you are supposed to pay remuneration or interest to your partner at this rate or that or this amount you are required to pay as a remuneration. In that case, your remuneration or interest should be calculated from 1st July onwards. It should not like that from 1st April you can consider as a deduction. No, it should be for prospective period. It should not be for retrospective period. In case of remuneration to partner, three requirements you are required to fulfill. Number one, it should be authorized by the deed. That means it should be mentioned in the deed. Working partner, remuneration should be paid to the working partner. And if you are paying remuneration to non-working partner, that should not be considered. And it should be prospective. For the prospective period, you are required to pay remuneration. However, there are certain limitations for the purpose of calculating the allowable remuneration. What is the limitation? Please check this one. In case partnership firm have profit to the extent of 3 lakh before giving remuneration to partner, if the partnership firm have good profit of rupees 3 lakh before giving, before considering remuneration to partners does not exceed 3 lakh, in that case, 1,50,000 or 90% of both profit, whichever is higher, this is the maximum limit for aggregate remuneration paid or payable to all partners. For example, if there are a partnership firm of X, Y, and Z, there are three partners, X, Y, and Z. The firm have profit after remuneration to partners, say 2 lakh. So I'm making it only 20,000. Okay. 20,000. And remuneration paid to Mr. X is say rupees 60,000, 1,20,000 and 90,000. So how much remuneration is allowed to the partnership firm? We are supposed to find out first book profit. What is book profit? What is my taxable income? What is the taxable income of that partnership firm before this remuneration? So before remuneration, we are supposed to add back all remuneration. That means 60,000. We are supposed to add. We are supposed to add 120,000. We are supposed to add 90,000. So what is the profit before remuneration? 20,000 plus 60 plus 120 plus 90,000. Can I say it is 2,90,000? Since amount of book profit, this is your book profit. Since book profit does not exceed 3 lakh, since book profit does not exceed 3 lakh, in that case, the maximum amount of remuneration available to the partnership firm is 90% of this book profit. That means 2,61,000 or rupees 1,50,000, whichever is higher, 2,61,000 is the higher. This is the maximum limit to get remuneration from aggregate remuneration from the partnership firm. How much remuneration they are paid to their partners? They paid aggregate collectively. They paid 160 plus 120 plus 90. They paid 2,70,000 as a remuneration to partner. Out of this 2,70,000, maximum allowable remuneration would be 2,61,000. Remaining 9,000 would be disallowed in hands of partnership firm. That means, please keep in mind, this limit, that is 90% of book profit or rupees 1,50,000, whichever is higher, this is the aggregate limit for all partners, considering all partner remuneration of all partner. That means max to max, on account of remuneration, this partnership firm can avail reduction of rupees 2,61,000. However, if the partnership deed, as per partnership deed, they got 2,70,000, in that situation, maximum remuneration allowed to partnership firm would be 2,61,000 only. Remaining 9,000 would be disallowed in hands of partnership firm. However, here remuneration was only 6,000. Here remuneration was only 12,000. Here I'm making it I'm making it again 60,000. Okay, this one 12,000, 60,000, 90,000. So altogether, the partnership firm are paying remuneration to their partner amounting to rupees 60,000, 12,000 plus 90,000. Altogether, it is 1,62,000. In that case, and profit before remuneration, profit after remuneration, this was say 1 lakh. How much remuneration is allowed to them? First of all, we are required to calculate book profit, and then we are supposed to calculate this. So for the purpose of calculating book profit, profit after remuneration was 1 lakh. we are required to add back 60,000, 12,000 and 90,000. So that we got 2,62,000 as book profit. 90% of it comes to 2,90% of it, 235,800 and 1,50,000. Whichever is higher, that means 235,800 is the maximum limit. But the partnership firm allowed only 1,62,000, paid only 1,62,000. That is, it is within limit. Hence, no disallowance shall be made while computing while computing income of partnership firm. That means 235,800 is the maximum limit that can be provided by the partnership firm as a remuneration to their partner. However, if they provided only 1,62,000, then it's fine. The maximum deduction is 1,62,000 would be available. However, if the aggregate remuneration exceeds 2,35,800, then it should be restricted to rupees 2,35,800. Is it clear? What happened? One more example. If profit after remuneration is rupees negative 4 lakh, then what would be the remuneration allowed to the partnership firm? And the remuneration pattern is same. Now please calculate. You have 2 minutes time to calculate this one. Anyone? Okay. Again, we are required to calculate our book profit. How to calculate book profit? We will consider profit after remuneration, that is negative 4 lakh. We will add remuneration paid to partners. Again, the net result of this would be negative 2,38,000. Agree or disagree? Whatever with the remuneration, 90% of it or rupees 1,50,000, whichever is higher. I believe 1,50,000 would be higher in this situation. 90% of negative 2,38,000 would be negative. So higher would be 1,50,000. That means this partnership firm, even though there is a loss, they are eligible to get deduction of rupees 1,50,000 on account of remuneration paid to partners. However, in this case, this partnership firm had paid remuneration of rupees 1,62,000 to their partner. That means excess remuneration of rupees 12,000 paid by the partnership firm to the partner shall be disallowed. Clear? Done?
Yes, sir.
One more thing in this. What happened if your book profit exceeds 3 lakh? In that case, on excess amount, maximum limit would be 60%. For example, there is a partnership firm. There are two partners, X and Y. Remuneration paid to them 2 lakh each. Profit after remuneration. Taxable profit after remuneration is, say, 3 lakhs. So first of all, we are required to calculate our book profit. How to calculate this book profit? That means income before remuneration we are supposed to calculate. This is 3 lakh plus remuneration of 4 lakh we are supposed to add. Total remuneration is 7 lakh. Now we are supposed to calculate our maximum limit. The maximum limit would be calculated first 3 lakh. It would be 90% or 50%, 1,50,000, whichever is higher. I believe 90% of 3 lakh would be 2,70,000. And then balance 4 lakh. It would be 60%. That means 2,40,000. Altogether, 5,10,000 remuneration is allowed to the partnership firm. How much remuneration they have paid? They paid 4 lakh as a remuneration. Hence, the partnership firm is eligible to get deduction of rupees 4 lakh on account of remuneration. It is not like that 5,10,000 is available as a deduction. No, this is the maximum limit of deduction. But if the amount has been paid, amount paid as a remuneration is lower, is lesser, then that lesser amount would be available as deduction. That means no addition is required to be made in the income computation of partnership firm. If your maximum limit is higher on higher side. What happened if my profit after remuneration in this case is only 50,000? In that situation, what happened? Please compute. You have 2 minute time. You have 2 minute time. Please compute. We are supposed to compute profit before remuneration, taxable income before remuneration. So we will consider 50,000 plus 4 lakh, which comes to 4,50,000. Now, since this is more than 3 lakh, so we are supposed to calculate first on first 3 lakh, the limit would be 90% of 3 lakh or rupees 1,50,000, whichever is higher. So it would be 2,70,000 and balance 1,50,000, 60%. It would be 90,000. So max to max, this partnership firm is eligible to get remuneration, deduction on account of remuneration, 3,60,000. How much they pay? They paid 4 lakh as their remuneration. It is more than maximum limit. So 40,000 on account of remuneration paid to the partners would require to be added back while computing income of partnership firm. Is it clear? Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Now, one point you keep in your mind, whatever deductions are available to partnership firm on account of interest as well as remuneration, if anything is allowed, if in hands of firm it is allowed, then the same would be taxable in hands of partners. It would be taxable in hands of partner. That means it is not like that no tax is required to be paid on this amount. whatever be the interest or remuneration to partner is allowed in hands of partnership firm shall be taxable in hands of partner in the personal file of the partners. This amount would be taxable. Whatever be the disallowed in hands of partnership firm, that would not be considered as income in hands of partnership firm. That means at one point of time, either on firm or in hands of partners himself, the interest or remuneration would be taxable. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, company, in case of company, if you are a domestic company, that means you are Indian company, or you satisfied certain criteria regarding your maintenance, regarding your dividend declaration and AGM, that is considered as domestic company. In case of domestic company, rate of tax would be, if the turnover of this domestic company in the previous year 21-22 does not exceed 400 crore, then the rate of tax, flat rate of tax is 25%. In any other case, if the turnover in the particular previous year 21-22 exceeds 400 crore, then that domestic company is supposed to pay tax at the rate of 30%. However, in case of foreign company, the rate of tax would be 40%. That flat rate of 40% would be applicable. No slab is applicable. Further surcharge, if total income exceeds 10 crore, then a domestic company is liable to pay surcharge of 12%. A foreign company is subject to pay tax surcharge at the rate of 5% of the tax liability. If income exceeds 1 crore but does not exceed 10 crore, then 7% and 2%. And if income does not exceed 1 crore, then no surcharge is applicable. In case of surcharge, marginal relief is available, just like we discussed in while computing our tax liability in case of individuals. And further, the tax plus surcharge are required to be enhanced by health and education cess of 4%. Minimum alternate tax. What do you mean by minimum alternate tax? Minimum alternate tax, in nutshell, it is known as MAT. Very famous. What is MAT? Any idea?
No, sir.
MAT, generally what happened, think about a company. Think about X Limited. The PL statement of this company are showing net profit of rupees 200 crore. And computation of income for the purpose of income tax are showing, after getting various deductions, etc., is resulting into either total income is resulting into either in loss, or are showing only a very negligible figure, say profit of rupees 5 lakh. In the books of accounts, they are showing profit of rupees 200 crore. This is not tax evasion. Taking legal available deductions or expenditures, their computation results into total income of rupees 5 lakh. On the other hand, in the PL, this company is reflecting 200 crore of rupees profit. Now the government is thinking that this company are showing handsome profit in the PL statement. This company is distributing good dividend to the shareholder. But for the purpose of paying tax, this company are paying only income is only 5 lakh, hence the tax is only 30% of it into 104%, which comes to only 1,56,000. Where profit of 200 crore is booked against the profit tax liability of 1,56,000. Do you think this company is paying any tax to the government? Very negligible amount of tax they are paying. Yes or no? Agree or disagree? In the PL statement, they are showing 200 crore of profit. Against that, they are paying tax of only rupees 1,56,000. To cover this type of company into the tax net, this is generally this type of company is considered zero tax company or negligible tax company. To cover this company, Apart from this scheme of 1,56,000, this is the first option. They are saying that we are required to calculate MAT. What is MAT? You are calculate book profit of the company. How to calculate book profit of the company? Whatever the profit as shown in the PL statement, subject to certain adjustment which are prescribed in the income tax provision, we are required to calculate book profit. It may be positive adjustment and sometimes it may be negative adjustment. Say after adjusting these adjustment, the book profit of the company results into say 150 crore. Now after this, apply 15% as the MAT rate of tax in under section 115 JB, which is called MAT rate. 15% is the rate of MAT. 15% of 150 crore comes to rupees 3 to 5, 6, 7, 22 crore 50 lakh. This is alternate B for payment of tax. MAT, minimum alternate tax. Ideally, you are liable to pay 1,56,000. Alternatively, you are liable to pay tax of rupees 22 crore 50 lakh. And that would be minimum. The word M denote minimum. Minimum alternative tax. That means this company at minimum are required to pay 22 crore 50 lakh as a tax. That means tax calculated as per regular scheme or tax calculated under MAT provision, whichever is higher, company is required to pay that much of tax to the government of India plus surcharge plus cess. The tax amount is 22 crore 50 lakh. On this, we will add surcharge. On this, we will add cess. And then whatever with the amount they got, they are liable to pay tax that much of money to the kitty of the government. On the other hand, if the regular tax here the tax liability would be say 47 crore was there. In that case, whichever is higher, since it is minimum alternate tax, if this is not if regular tax is on higher side, then this company are required to pay tax considering 47 crore plus surcharge plus cess, and finally this figure they are required to pay tax to the government kitty. That means as per section 115 JB, the company are required to calculate their tax liability in considering first in two way. First, considering all provision of the income tax law, whatever their income, applying the rate of taxation, 25 or 30% or 40%, whatever be the applicable, that tax now compute your book profit, considering your net profit as per PL statement and few adjustment which are prescribed under section 115 JB. We got some called book profit, apply 15% rate of tax on it, compare option A with option B, whichever is higher shall be considered as the amount of tax required to be paid by that company, add the surcharge and cess on this. That would be the tax liability of the company. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? In case of cooperative society, there is a slab rate which is like this. First 10,000, the rate of tax is 10%. There is no basic exemption limit. Next 10,000, the rate of tax would be 20%, and about 20%, 20,000, the rate of tax would be 30%. However, if surcharge is if income is more than 1 crore, then surcharge at the rate of 12% is applicable. And in case further health and education cess is also at the rate of 4% is applicable. However, cooperative society is eligible for various deductions which are governed by section 80P, which is the detailed discussion regarding 80P is not in your syllabus, so I am not going into that part. Local authorities like municipal corporation, panchayat, etc., they are subject to deduction under, they are subject to tax at the rate of 30%, surcharge at the rate of 12%, and health and education cess at the rate of 4%. Further, local authorities are also entitled to get certain exemption which are covered under section 10. Since that is not in your syllabus, we are not going into that. Carry forward losses we already discussed here. Any question till now? We discussed up to this level in this session. Anyone have any question? Please raise. Tomorrow we will discuss this tedious part. After completion of this tedious part, we will discuss custom duty. Anyone have any question? Please raise.
Sir, can you briefly repeat about the partnership firms or special provisions of partnership firm? Calculation.
Partnership firm. Okay, partnership firm are entitled for 2 extra deduction, provided partnership firm is a written on the basis of written evidence called partnership deed. The deduction number 1 is called interest to partner's capital, and number 2 is remuneration to partner. Interest to partner is available to the partnership firm if it is mentioned in the, if it is authorized through the partnership deed. If it is not authorized in the partnership deed, then the benefit of remuneration as well as the interest is not available to you. The interest is required to be calculated on prospective period. It should not be on retrospective period. Maximum rate of interest for getting this deduction is 12% per annum. If as per partnership deed, you are eligible to get interest at the rate of 9% on your capital, then you are eligible, whatever the interest paid by the partnership firm to you as at the rate of 9% is available as deduction to the partnership firm. However, if your partnership firm is paying interest at the rate of 15% to you, then interest, if considering 12% as the rate of interest, would be considered as allowable deduction in hands of partnership firm. Over and above 12% interest, whatever the interest they are paid shall be disallowed in hands of partnership firm. Keep one thing in your mind, whatever deduction the firm are getting on account of interest or remuneration, the partners are required to pay tax on it in their personal file, and whatever the interest or remuneration are disallowed to the partnership firm, that would be not considered as income in hands of partners in their personal file. That means either way, at one point of time, you are liable to pay tax to either partnership firm are supposed to pay tax or the partners are supposed to pay. In respect of remuneration to partnership firm, the condition is like that. It should be mentioned in the partnership deed. That means it should be authorized by the partnership deed. It should be paid to the working partner, and it should be prospective period. It should be for the prospective period. The maximum limit of remuneration to partner is, in case there is, we are first of all we are supposed to calculate book profit. What is the book profit in case of partnership firm? That is your total income, total business income of the partnership firm before remuneration to partner. If this figure is within 3 lakh, then it may be negative, or it is within 3 lakh, then 90% of this figure or rupees 1,50,000, whichever is higher, is considered as the maximum limit for remuneration to aggregate remuneration to partners. In case of losses, you are eligible, the partnership firm is eligible to get deduction on account of remuneration maximum to the extent of 1,50,000. In case that figure exceeds 3 lakh, then on excess part, 60% would be added in that limit, and that would be considered as the maximum limit of remuneration allowable for partnership firm. If the partnership firm paid excess remuneration than this limit, comparable to this maximum limit, that excess shall be disallowed in hands of partnership firm. And if the partnership firm have paid lesser amount of remuneration, then that lesser amount shall be considered as a deduction on account of remuneration to the partnership partners. Clear? Any other question or any query? I believe it is clear to Tejaswini.
Yes, sir, it is.
Any other question? Any other query? Anyone have? I believe it is clear to all. So anyone revise? Who will make the revision of this chapter till what we discussed today? In short, Kavita ji. Kavita ji, what is MAT? Aratna? Tejaswini, what is MAT?
Minimum alternate tax, sir.
It is applicable on company only. What is the provision?
Company only.
Sorry? Please elaborate. We are supposed, in case of company, we are supposed to compute two set of profit. Once, as per regular provision of income tax law, considering all the deduction and allowability, we compute our income. On that, we will apply regular rate of tax. It may be 30, 25 or 40%. Then we are required to compute book profit. How to compute book profit? Considering net profit as the starting point, and we are supposed to adjust few adjustment are given, plus or minus adjustment are given under section 115 JB of the Income Tax Act. After adjusting this these adjustment, we got our book profit. On this book profit, we will apply 15% rate of minimum alternate tax. Now we will compare this 15% amount with our tax liability calculated under regular provision of the law. Whichever is higher should be considered as the tax liability of the company, add surcharge and cess, then that would be considered as the final tax liability. Okay. Any question? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Any other query? Any other question? I believe there is no question, no query. So can I conclude this session? Tomorrow we will meet again for first group for group 2 around no, tomorrow it is not class for group 2. We will meet tomorrow at 6 o'clock for this group 1 session. Any if you like this session, please comment in the chat box. If you learn something, if you enjoy the session, please comment in the chat box.
Sir, can I ask you one favor, sir? I wouldn't be asking if
Please.
I can get the answer from anywhere else. The thing is, we are undergoing this part 1 coaching, no, sir. We don't know if we have to attend the part 2 classes or not. There's no one replying from the chapter, sir. Will these classes be uploaded, or will we have part 2 classes again after getting through part 1 exam?
Okay,
phone
I'm not
numbers are-
aware about that one, whether it is
Sir,
available after part 1 exam. When is your part 1 exam?
Part 1 exam is on December 14th, sir. And there are
Okay.
many
And what about
classes
part 2?
going on, and all the class timings are clashing with part 1 classes, sir.
Okay, what about part 2 exam?
Part 2 exam, we don't know, sir. We have to get through part 1 and only then they'll tell us about part 2. But they've sent us
Okay.
mails asking us to attend part 2 classes as well.
Okay. So what is the problem? Attend part 2 classes as well.
No, I mean, there's no time, sir. All the class timings are clashing with part one classes.
Okay. I will discuss that point with institute or you. One more thing, can you mail that thing to Ria ma'am?
I've mailed, sir. I've mailed multiple people, all the mail IDs that are available on the site. I've mailed them. I tried calling them, and many other students have also tried, sir. But there's no response. I thought maybe some, if authoritative figure can get the answer from them.
Okay. Okay,
That
I
is why I
will,
was.
if possible, I will discuss that one with person of the institute. If any solution will be there, then we will, I will convey to you in this session, in this session. Okay.
Right,
I
sir.
am also
Thank you
not
so much.
aware, I am also not aware about what will be the, when it will be part one, part two. I am not aware about that one. Okay.
Uh,
Uh,
Actually, we're missing both accounts papers classes for attending e-filing, sir.
okay.
E-filing is
Okay.
more important, so we are actually
Okay.
missing the part one classes in the afternoon.
Okay. Okay. Are you enjoying the part two e-filing session?
Yes, sir, very much. I did not want to miss your teaching, so I'm skipping those part one classes, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Okay, I will convey, discuss with the institute person. If it is possible, I will convey in this sessions in tomorrow or day after tomorrow session. Okay.
Right, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please, if you enjoyed the session, please comment in the chat box. If you learn something, then send the message in the chat box. Thank you. Good night.
Thank
Tomorrow
you,
we
sir.
will meet again at 6 o'clock. Please comment. Good night.